Welcome back to another episode of After Class, the podcast where we dive into the stories, events, and experiences that shape student life beyond the classroom. I'm Yum, a final year student, and today we're talking about an event that brought the world to one stage, the amazing Multicultural Night, organized by the Center for Foundation Studies as part of the English Proficiency module. This event was a celebration of diversity, creativity, and culture. We have some students here today to share the behind the scenes stories and their favorite moments from the night. Let's dive in. I have with me today Yameen and Jumana, who were both part of the Multicultural Night. Can I have a brief introduction about you two?
My name is Yamin and I studied C4 marketing, and currently I'm studying my bachelor's in business management and marketing here at college.
Hi, my name is Jumana and I'm studying C4 in marketing. I'm about to start my second semester.
It's nice to have you.
Yeah, you too.
Let's talk Multicultural Night. Can you give me a brief, quick summary of what the event was about and why you think it was so important to your studies?
So, Multicultural Night is a part of our English Proficiency 1 module where we have to, where everyone is divided into groups to represent a specific country, where we have to do research about the culture, the traditions, and bring together a stall, a performance, and also represent the country's food.
Oh, so a stall, a performance, and food?
Yeah.
Yes. How many groups were there of the?
So it differs from each semester,
Mm.
but our small sponsor net had about 12 different countries.
Oh, really? Ours had 9 countries. Yeah.
And what was the largest group?
Oh, I'm not exactly sure, but for my group, we had about 35 students.
To represent one country, right?
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm actually not so sure, but I think in our group we had about 15 students actually from online and from face-to-face classes
Yeah.
as well.
It must have been a lot organizing so many students, coordination to represent one country. What was that like?
It was quite challenging, I would say, because everyone's grades mattered, right? So we had to give tasks to everyone, divide the tasks, and we had a lot to do to prepare for the night, uh, do research, fact check everything. So yeah, we faced a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, we were able to pull it off. That was like the best part, like the relief, right?
Were there any other challenges that you faced?
Personally, for our group, we had some difficulties communicating with the online students and giving them some tasks because they were not physically here.
Yeah.
And because some of the timings were off, it was a bit difficult with them and delegating tasks. But in the end, we were able to find a compromise and we were able to actually pull it off with them and them coming here to Malda to join for the event as well.
I see. What sort of things did you have at the stall?
So we had different cultural items. My country was South Africa. So we had South African food, we had South African traditional items, we had the information about the country. So so people can come and have a glimpse of South Africa.
Oh, that's amazing. And must have been fun for you to bring to life as well. Must have felt like you were there yourselves.
Yeah. That was the idea that we were going for, to walk the person through our stall as they entered my country. The country that our group got was Japan. So we tried to execute like the stall. We tried to make it like, you know how Japanese rooms, like they're made out of wood and like thin sheets. We went for a style like that to bring it to life, to make it so that the person that's entering is it has entered Japan itself.
That's great. And how about the food? I assume you don't get South African or Japanese food here. So how did you execute that?
So it was a really difficult task acquiring or doing South African food because we had to do a lot of research, things that we can here do in Mali or in Maldives. We had to find the ingredients and we cooked it ourselves.
Do we get the ingredients here?
We have to buy some of them. It was very hard to find and a bit expensive,
Yeah.
but in the end, we were able to pull off an amazing dish.
Was it something that you did together, or did one person take the responsibility for cooking up the meal?
We, like I said before, we delegated a lot of tasks. So the person who was in the persons,
Mm.
two different people, I think, if
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, were in charge of making the food, and they perfectly, it was so delicious. So delicious. They made the food.
Yeah, for us, we had a specific team for cuisine who did the research. For for cuisine, it was a little bit difficult for us because Japan has a really similar cuisine to China and Korea. So we tried to make it so that like find food that were authentic to Japan.
Just unique to that.
Yeah.
And how was it like the final night, seeing everything come together?
It was a lot of relief.
It's like a relief. It was the bird and corn. Oh,
Did you guys come in costumes?
Yeah, of course.
What did you wear?
Oh, I wore a Japanese samurai outfit because I was a part of the performance.
so we wore, the boys in our group wore a traditional South African top that the chiefs wear. So it's a pattern that the chiefs or the heads of state or high level rank people in South Africa wear. So it's a traditional dress wear for them.
Sounds so fun. So you still have these in your closets. Sounds really memorable. You must have made a lot of fun new friends as well, right?
Yeah, we did.
So would you say that was your favorite moment from the night or something else?
Yeah, it really was because it's the first semester, right? So we didn't get the chance to mingle and make friends that much until the multicultural night. So the preparations really brought everyone together.
You were sort of forced into it. Okay, going back to the food, you said you guys cooked. Can you tell me a little more about that? What did you make?
So for South Africa, as I said before, we weren't there were no ready-made food, so we had to cook our food.
Mm.
So we had this donut and this syrup mixture, which I forgot the name. It's like donut and gulab jam fusion in other sense, but it was one of the sweet items we had, and we also had a pie, South African pie, which is made out of beef also.
Oh, so something savory and sweet.
Yes,
And
and we
the
also had a drink also, which was made out of orange.
orange juice?
Yes, orange juice. It was freshly squeezed orange juice with some, I forgot the name of it, some kind of syrup. They have some South African syrup that we bought online.
You bought it online?
Yeah.
We went to that extent, that dedication. How about you?
So our everyone's favorite from our stall, when it comes to food was matcha. Everyone loved matcha.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And we had sushi and mochi.
Did you buy the sushi or did you make the sushi?
We didn't want to offend the.
Nice save. And how about the performances? What went behind preparing for that? Who did the, practicing and the routine?
So for our performance, we wanted to include as many students as we could. So we had a bit of a historical play and a dance.
Oh,
Yeah. So for our performance, it was based off of a historical occurrence in Japan when the Genpei War broke out. So we took inspiration from it to create our performance. We got satisfying reactions. And we had to make props and coordinating the heights because it was sword fight. Like
how?
we're using katanas. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
How long did you start practicing?
we got roughly a month.
And did everyone show up for these practices or?
So it was really difficult aligning everyone's time together, but then we were able to bring everyone together at the end to make the performance happen.
How about you?
Surprisingly, our one was very ad hoc, so it was at the last minute we tried to pull it off. So we, as South Africa, we had a traditional South African dance and the go to Waka Waka. So we had both of an old and a new song. So we were dancing we choreographed it, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it.
Did you choreograph it something like watching something or just completely?
It was actually a mix of both. While we saw a video on YouTube, we tried to use some steps that we could try to incorporate as well so that we can be more comfortable dancing as well. So it was a mix of both, I would say. And we had a very lovely student who was a very good dancer. So she actually choreographed it for us.
That's great. Yeah, for our dance also, our students choreographed it on their own. Our dance was a fan dance.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of fun props.
Yeah.
Do you still have the katana?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. And what was the reactions of the audiences?
Very positive. I think that was the biggest driving factor for us because we got a really nice reaction from the audience even while we were performing.
For us, it was very satisfying seeing everyone cheering on for us and for clapping and shouting for us because all the hard work that we did was getting paid off
Yeah.
because people were liking it. And at the end, we also won the best performances also.
You did?
Yeah.
Congratulations. And how about the stalls? What went into making the stalls?
So we decided to display some porcelains and artworks. We even had like a cherry blossom tree in a corner because it's the national tree of Japan, right?
Did you make that or did
We
you?
made it.
That's great.
Yeah, and we had a lot of information after research done on one part of the stall wall, and then we had the food with a cute little menu to, give the names and everything.
Did the audience love the sushi?
Of course, all clean. The plate is
How about you? How was your stall?
For us, we had an open layout design, and for using, we had on one corner like them, we had information, just all the information that we have. And when the guests or the people come in, you'll get to see the food, and you'll get to see the cultural items, and you'll see in the background you would see handcrafted South African traditional. There's this designer pattern, so we handcrafted them and we handcrafted the masks. So they have traditional masks actually. So we handcrafted them. We made them out of cardboard and painted them. So our group did all of the hard work, not the hard work, but all the arts and crafts. None of them was actually bought because it is really hard to find.
Oh,
As I said before, it is really hard to find these kind of artifacts or things from South Africa.
I think it'll be greatly appreciated that you wanted to be so authentic and real that
Yeah.
you decided to do it.
Yeah, and not only deco, we even made the stall structure from scratch. We had very talented students, so that was a really plus for us.
You must have had a lot of like heavy props, right? Like to build it up from
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
We even had like a samurai like armor on display in the stall.
And where's that now?
With the respective person.
Noted. So it sounds really fun. I'm kind of jealous I wasn't a part of it. Is there anything you feel that you've taken for your own personal gain, something that helped you grow in organizing this event?
For me, I think this multicultural night and having a lot of students, having from online students to face-to-face students, and people having from different backgrounds, I think it has helped me to grow myself to handle teams and build teams and better teamworks. Yeah. And to manage projects because at the end of the day, this is a marked project of ours and our marks matter. So I would say this has helped me grow a lot in that aspect.
Yeah, the executing teamwork and uh making and everyone involved in tasks, that was learning to coordinate with other people, the team to execute the team effort. That was the biggest lesson, I would say.
Thank you.
Yes.
Would you say there were any mega hurdles that you had to cross? Like aside from finding authentic information, like personal hurdles, maybe?
So during finding informations, we had some difficulties in finding information actually
Yeah.
because we were trying to contact the consulate, but they were not that supportive. But in the end, we were able to find a local, actually, a South African local, and verify our information. So our information actually resonated with the true facts.
Oh,
So it was cited and everything. So we were able to get true facts about South Africa. So which was for me something that was really satisfying because we know that we are giving true information.
yeah. That's amazing that you went to such lengths to verify information. How about you? Any hurdles that you feel like?
It was, as I mentioned before, we had roughly 35 students. It was really difficult managing such a huge group because you because since it's a part of our module, everyone was given marks separately. So I had to think as a leader, I had to think of everyone, right?
Yeah.
So to give everyone tasks to make sure that everyone's involvement was there, that was a really big part of it.
So now let's move on to the fun side of things. A quick fire round. Now, obviously, I want you to answer with the first thing that comes to your mind, whether it makes sense or not. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Favorite country represented at the event? No thinking.
Oh, no, let's say China.
Turkey. Not even your own.
Okay, maybe Japan.
South Africa in that sense.
Too late. Okay. Best dish you tried?
Morocco.
Italian, Mexico.
Okay. Most memorable performance?
South Africa.
Well played.
Turkey, I would say.
If you could add one more country to the event, what would it be?
Brazil.
Saudi Arabia.
Hmm. One word to describe multicultural night.
Unforgettable.
Crazy.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much to our amazing guests for sharing their stories from Multicultural Night. It's clear that this event wasn't just about celebrating diversity, it was about creating memories and bringing people together. Stay tuned for our next episode of After Class, where we'll continue exploring the incredible experiences of life at Villa College. Until next time, take care and see you after class.